Hello? Come on. Hello? Good evening. It's okay. Ah. Okay, good evening everyone. I just made it on time. We're live now. That's wonderful. Let's see. Can't hear myself at the moment. Okay, we should be very much live. My one computer's hicking up a bit, but I think the transmission seems to be fine. So good evening, I just made it on time. I just rushed home. Managed to get everything running in 15 minutes. So I'm running a bit at a, a bit of a minimalistic setup. This time I set myself so that you can see the, boundary, that you can see Boundary Bay in the background. Which is much better. And so I've got one camera running today, the large camera, just because it saves time, and I don't think it's necessary to have both cameras. So anyway, we have the one camera running, as you can see. It's all going very well. I hope you can all hear me. And yeah, just write something in the chat if the reception, if everything's going fine. I can't check everything at the same time, so just let me know if you can hear me well, and if the broadcast is going stable. So we got one juvenile out there tonight, and it's quite a wind here. It's quite a wind. The wind has changed again. It's blowing directly from the nest to us, so I'm facing the wind. And I just see there's something else going on. There's a second juvenile awake now. So it's all very exciting. So let's hope we can get some hours of lovely broadcast here. Okay, hear you 9x5, that's good. Okay, very good. Everyone's hearing me, I'm glad. I put a small windsock on the microphone. I spent a lot of time researching improvements in audio, and I think in a week's time I'll have that. I ordered some more parts on my own budget, of course. This is all my own money, okay? So I'm investing in some improvements in audio. To make things better, longer cables also, that's really important. Longer cables to the computer, which really irritated me. So I spent a lot of time looking at this, and hopefully I think maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday it'll be possible to have a lot better flexibility, in the sense that audio will be better. Hopefully I've got two options there. And that also the cameras are more flexible. I can walk about 20 feet away from the computer, 25 feet cables with extensions and everything. It'll give us a lot more flexibility and a lot less trouble. So anyway, I hope you're all well. And I'm going to go to the camera now and spend a bit of time zooming in. I've sent out some lovely images yesterday of Indy and Jules. I hope most of you have received it. Thank you for all the thank you messages. I don't have time to respond to everyone. You must understand that because they've got so much going on. I really appreciate all those messages. And I've had a long talk today with Mark Horner actually about improvement of system. He's been very helpful, and so I think I've got some upcoming solutions that are going to be very very good for the next runs. Anyway, I'm very glad I can set the whole system up in about 15 minutes, at least with one camera. Okay, so only one awake at the moment. I saw another pair of wings there, but other than that, not that much going on. I'm just going to go over to the camera now and see what we can do there. Okay, I don't know who that is. It looks very dark. It could be Indy. I've just overexposed quite a lot to get. I think it's Indy that is so dark, if I see that correctly. So you should see a nice picture now of Indy. A nice video capture of India. It's funny, my live view here still says there are zero viewers, so something strange is going on here with the counter. I don't know how many viewers we have, but my total here is 0, which is even not myself. Now I must say one thing, if I do see these two together, I'm going to take some more images because I'd like to, oh, there comes, wow, that looks like Pod to me, simply because he's followed by crows. He's coming from the other side, right? Making another turn, that's amazing. And he's carrying a midshipman, I can clearly see that. A lot of hunger. And to my amazement came in from the side. Yes, of course, because, well, that's possible to come in from the side. Okay, lots of screaming. I'm sure you've been hearing that the whole day. Yeah, it certainly looks like a huge midshipman. Okay, we have Pa sitting on the side of the nest, from my view on the right side. Really very windy today, actually very pleasant. Absolutely wonderful. Does anybody know how many viewers we have? I see a 0 there, which is really funny. Maybe not even I am viewing, which I didn't know. There's going to be a lot of interesting things to do here. And of course biologists and so on, and maybe people from raptor centers, care centers, and so on. So if you have ideas, just send me an email at sasse1@gmail.com, and I will definitely take that into consideration. I mean, I do want to improve the quality here, and also the style, the way we do things. I'm very open to good suggestions. This is only the beginning. Oh, there comes... Oh gosh, there was... I can't show you the wide angle at the moment, but a lot of flying around the nest going on, and accordingly some screaming again, so very busy at the moment. Anyway, I wanted to say, if you have some suggestions, write to me at the Gmail. There is, you can see it on the left hand side of the screen, sasse1@gmail.com. Also, if you want any photos, I've taken 3 yesterday of I always say Echo and Foxy, sorry, it's still so much on my mind. It's Indy and Jules, of course. If you would like them, just write to me. I'm happy to share them. I'm going to try and take some more tonight. Who knows, if maybe it's possible. The light is very, very good, so I think it's 6:45 now. Probably in an hour or so, the light will be excellent. So there's nothing going on at the moment at the nest. You do see a very beautiful view behind me of the bay. That's the nice thing, where I've directed the webcam there, and you can see it's fairly stormy actually, and just lovely. So yeah, I've got my camera set up behind me. There you go. You can see my camera there, right? That's right behind me, and it's looking straight at the nest. Okay. There we go. So as I said, nothing going on at the nest. Oh well, some eating at least. I mean, there are a number of good photographers, by the way. There's Bob Palmer on Vancouver Island. I really want to interview him. Christopher Rao, from the Ospreys. I know John Ehrenfeld in near the San Francisco area. There are quite a few. I'm sure Mark Horner will also join. He's a wildlife enthusiast and so on. We'll get a lot of interesting people here, and your connections are good. Someone called Randy Hall too. That's fine. I'm very, very open to suggestions, and very glad to bring people on board. What's important though for me, I'm not here to voice any political nor religious views. Oh, there comes another midshipman. Unbelievable. Look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that? A huge male midshipman. Very, very good service here. High time at the supermarket out there. That was a huge midshipman. Could have only been a male, the gender 1 that just came in. So very nice. We're spot on here. Very much action going on. And Pa gets ready again. My goodness, this is like scoring at the World Cup. It's just amazing. Yeah, he's ready to take off again. I wish he'd bring me some. I'm actually hungry. You can fly by here too. Maybe not a midshipman. Maybe there's some better things. Some cheese and wine would be better. I have to ask him. Yeah, it's Germany versus France tomorrow. I know. That's going to be so exciting. It's actually amazing. This has been the most crazy World Cup ever because except for France, nobody easily qualified. Every single game has been hugely dramatic, really hugely dramatic, and that makes it very exciting for viewing. So even, you know, whatever happens, it doesn't really matter. I think it's very exciting. Very, very welcome to take as many screenshots as you want. Feel free to do that. As long as you use them for educational purposes, please only use them for non-commercial purposes. I'm not going to blend my copyright in there because I don't want to cause confusion. There's such a thing as called, you know, the common law, which means that it is clear because it's going via the Hancock Wildlife Foundation, which you see Wild Earth on top, that this is for educational purposes. So you're very, very free to take screenshots, as many as you like. So I will not blend any copyrights or so in there, just to make things clear. But please do not sell them for commercial reasons. You may enlarge them for you yourself, for your friends, all that's fine, okay? Just to be very clear. And if you do want an image, just feel free to write to me. I'm usually very, very liberal, as you know, and rather free giving, and will give them also in high quality to you. So just feel free to write to me. Okay. Well, let's hope that later we get to see something of them. The only problem we have today is because of the wind, they'll be facing likely away from us. But maybe, you know, maybe they'll be nice and also turn towards us. It's a very strong wind, actually, a very pleasant wind at the moment, coming in directly from the eastern direction. So I'm sitting west of the nest, directly west from the nest. Oh, you know what I just saw? Amazingly, I don't know if it's, you know, by the way, I think I made a mistake last night. That was not Pa sitting up there, it is Ma, and if I am correct, it may be Ma. One has to look very, very carefully at the beaks because obviously Ma has a broader beak, so I apologize for making a mistake. I only realized that later because when I was packing my so I'm just going to put the windsock back on this. When I was packing my gear, I suddenly saw an eagle followed in by crows, and that could only be Pa, and then I realized that that was Ma sitting up there, and I think it's probably Ma sitting up there. Now I'm going to try. I'll give you a view, you know, of Boundary Bay quickly, and I'm just going to go up there quickly and get my camera redirected. Okay, there you go. This could be Pa, I'm not completely sure, okay? but it's sitting exactly at the same spot west from where I'm located. So we're still about 30 degrees off with the sun there, so it's not a problem at the moment, although you can see the sun is shining directly against us. But it could have been the same eagle that just brought in the, you know, the midshipman. I haven't paid attention. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a bit difficult against the sun, but as I said, we still have about 30 degrees off the sun, so it's not that problematic. But they really love that that perch there, that position there, and it's very good for the camera too. Yeah, the sound, as I said, is not perfect, and that's I cannot control at the moment. So don't worry about it. It's in a week I should have a better solution, you know, similar to what I have. I'm going to try and split actually the audio and the video, which is going to be very helpful. Okay, is that close enough? There's a hell of a wind now, so please excuse the noise. It's really difficult. But you are getting a beautiful view of Pa. Or Ma, sorry. I should know, I don't know who this is at the moment. I should have Tina here, she's much better at this than I am. Well, I mean, at the moment it's not possible because I cannot do much about the audio. It's just the way the system is here. I had a better audio before, but I'm going in through a card, just the video card, and I'm going through the Logitech through a USB. I'm not going to invest in another microphone because my microphone is very good, but I found a way to that can possibly do this, but it's going to take a few days. So I am working at a solution. I'm going to probably use a splitter to split the HDMI video and the audio and put the audio in directly, and then we should have very good audio back from the camera. That's what I'm hoping for, okay? So just be patient, and I'm on the best way of getting there. Oh, by the way, it's Pa sitting up there now, so that must be Ma. I think I'm only seeing that now. So I think we're viewing Ma at the moment, and it's Pa sitting at the nest actually. So I'm going to leave the view like this at the moment. Yeah, there he goes, flying back. Where to? Let's see. I might have to go give the view back to the nest now. I'll give you a view again. Okay, back to the nest. Very, very windy here. Yeah, someone can bring cheese and wine. I would love that. I really would love that. It's lovely here, but I have to give all my attention here to the equipment and to everything that's going on. I really would appreciate some, some help here, and it's a lot of fun anyway. It's really a lot of fun to do this, but it makes it so much easier when there are two, simply because there's so much to do. And all kinds of crazy things going on. At the moment the CPU usage is running up to 99%. I don't know what the hell, why this is happening. I certainly am not running any other programs in parallel. I don't know why, why these things happen the way they do. But the wind should actually cause some cooling. It's getting better again. Gouda, yes, Gouda we love, Gouda is what they say, but the proper way of pronouncing it in Dutch is Gouda. Gouda cheese is very nice. If there are any of you who speak Dutch or so would appreciate that. I see some nice pictures of, I think, what I believe is Ma coming up there. Yeah, I don't take any images against the sun. That's why I didn't do any stills, but I think screenshots are fine. I'm just going to get my jersey out of the car because although it's warm, there's such a wind blowing. So anyway, I'll leave the camera pointed at the nest. Yeah, that's true. I don't think many would do the silly things that I'm doing. I don't think they're silly. I think they're great. But I just think it's very fulfilling to do something like this. That's why I'm doing it. Anyway, what I wanted to say, it's important for me. I'm trying to not voice religious or political opinions. I'm in a sense very liberal. I respect all kinds of religious views, all kinds of political views, but I don't want the forum to be hijacked in any way to reflect such views. It's always been important. When I talk about eagles, I like to talk about facts and so on. Whatever views you have, that's fine. But I think we must always be careful whatever we do that we respect that many people have different views. That's anyway my approach. And that's fine. Why should people not have different views? Well, I mean, one thing, of course, we're all concerned about is the is the deterioration, and that's something that David Hancock has talked a lot about, the environmental deterioration, which is serious, and I think we can all agree that that is detrimental, especially for what we leave behind. And that's also why I find it very important to show eagles and how precious they are. So that's certainly a commonality. I think there's no question that it's very important to protect our wildlife and our nature and to conserve the environment. Whoops! Speaking of which, you can see where the wind is coming from. It was a poop straight into our direction. I mean, if it ever comes to hurricane level here or tornado level or similar some areas in the States, I can tell you if we had that, we would go here for cover. But I wouldn't be out here then. But it is really windy. I still have 0 viewers here. It's amazing. Maybe I live on another planet. But there's certainly something wrong with my counter here. So I hope the total is greater than 0. Oh, 22. That's good. I'm glad to see that 22. That's magnificent. That's great. Very nice. So there's a lot going on today, as you could see. Very busy. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was just talking to a friend of mine. I hope you can still hear me and everything's okay. That's an unbelievable wind tonight. Amazing how things change. Okay, so I'm back now again. I hope you can all hear me. Sorry about the wind, and as I said, I don't have the best microphone at the moment. So actually, I have a good friend of mine whom you know called Mark Horner, with whom I did the Port Hardy video. Wow, sorry, it's just a wind blast, such a wind blast at the moment. It's really like being out on the ocean at the moment. Anyway, Mark is on. Mark is listening in now, so I'd like to say hello to my special friend Mark Horner. He lives in Washington State, so we do meet occasionally, and we've done some things together. And he's given me lots of good ideas in the past, and also continues to do so. He's got a very, very avid interest in media, and it's really wonderful. So he says hello to me on Skype, and we were just discussing possibilities that we can do in future to interview some photographers, some nature lovers. You know, please come in with your ideas, and you know, if you do have ideas, send them to me. There's my email again, sasse1@gmail.com. I'm very interested to hear them. I'd like to broaden the form as much as possible. At the moment, I'm running a bit of you know, the limits of the equipment that I can do here, but it's streaming very, very stable. I'm glad about that, and I think in a week's time I'm going to have the audio improved a lot. So it's going to be a lot better. I'm running only with one camera today, and the other camera is just the camera that you see at the moment. That's my that's just my webcam. Not high quality, but enough for you to see. My hair is really wild, simply because the wind is really crazy today. It's just the way it is. So anyway, looking back at the nest now, they've just they're busy eating. I think there were at least 3 big midshipmen that came in, and it's just incredible. I can see some messages. Yeah, Mark, if you want to follow the chat, there is a chat. I'll just give you the address of the chat. It's called whiterockeaglechat.com. So it's www.whiterockeaglechat.com, and I'm also on the chat, and that's where I'm. You know, where I'm following a lot of the messages in parallel. At the moment, that's the way the best way I have to actually catch some things that are going on, and also if there are technical problems, I will know, and some questions that are coming in, and I get a lot of feedback that way. So it works well. It's a good channel, and if you want to, you can sign up there and join. So Mark is just writing, hi, it's good to see you. Well, it's good to see him. I certainly appreciate that. So it's exciting, very exciting what's happened in the last weeks, that we actually got this to run. I think it was a dream, and now the dream's come true, and it's come true just on time, and that's also why well, I've been working so hard to make it all happen before it would be too late. The chat link. Yes, I can do that. 1 second. I'm just going to show that to Mark. That's easy. I'm just go to the window and go to Skype. There you go. Okay, there you go. There's the link. We have a bit of delay. It's maybe 10-20 second delay between live and what you see. I think it varies also. It may even vary from person to person. I see some on the chat window saying hi, Mark, so that's good. So probably Mark will log in there too and join the conversation. He's got very interesting background. He's got amazing enthusiasm, which I really like. Does a lot of what I call personal journalism, you know, where he goes out. I don't know if these are the correct journalistic words, but I call it personal journalism. You know, when in Snohomish, when or in the in the Washington area where they had this terrible landslide. It was not far from where he lived, and he did a lot of documentation there. It was horrendous what happened there. It's more or less forgotten now, but it really changed the whole landscape. And it was right very close to where he lived, maybe an hour or so. But he's been following that, and he's been following a lot of other events. He has been for many years, long before I even started, been following a lot of wildlife events on geese, on eagles, on many different many different wildlife. And that's how we actually met. We did this movie together on Vancouver Island, Port Hardy. It was Mark who actually cut the whole thing. I've learned a lot from him. So he did the whole production of the Port Hardy video. If you haven't seen the Port Hardy video, maybe Mark, if he comes in, he can give you the link to that. Otherwise, just look at Eagle Nova. That's on Facebook, and you'll find the Port Hardy movie there. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. I actually wanted to go to Port Hardy last weekend, but it was raining. So we're going to go off to Port Hardy because I really love Port Hardy. But no, the weather was too bad. It's no good to go there when it always rains. So maybe next weekend. What was his production name? Okay, I can't type all that in at the moment because I have too much to do here. But maybe if Mark does sign up, he'll give you, he'll have a little bit more time to give you the links for that. And he can also give you the links of his own. He runs his own webcasts and so on, his own production. So he can give you all that. Mark Horner Media and so on. Yes, that's correct. I just saw that on the chat. That's one of the correct links. Yes, I saw that. There's Rocky LaRocque also. We can interview Rocky LaRocque too. Rocky and I did something together at the last Fraser River Bald Eagle Festival, and he's really an amazing artist. Ah, right. Good. Mark has just given me the link. I will just copy and paste that. That's a lot easier for me to do here. I'm actually running with two computers, which makes it much easier to maneuver. But that's the... here's the link. Thank you, Mark, for that. That makes life a lot easier for me. I think for those of you who would be sailing today, it really would be a wonderful day to sail if you can, if you can see. I don't know how far you can see with the webcam actually, but it's a bit skewed too. It's not that the water's skewed, okay? The water's tilting. It's not. It's me. It's just things are a bit skew here. But if you look straight ahead, just behind me. Unfortunately, the contrast is not that good on the camera, but yeah, you can see those parts. I'm looking straight into the U.S. behind me, right? And only if I look more into this direction there, that's going to Canada. Okay. So you're looking straight in the States here. Really wonderful view today, and just lovely to be out here. Yeah, thank you, Boston eBird. That's exactly the right link. I see it there. You know, from all the productions that I've done, I think Mark's production is definitely the best one. I really loved the interpretation, and it was just a wonderful journey. It was very special. A few days out there in Port Hardy, and he captured it very well. By the way, Mark and I are working on another project together on the owl. We both haven't found time, unfortunately. It's very difficult, but got some lovely video clips on the owl, and Mark and I just have to find the time, you know, to do it. I hope we will. I think you'll like the result. It's of a little owl that's a barred owl, and the way it grows up and the way it climbs up the tree and so on. It's I've spent a few days in the forest here nearby and captured that on video, and I was very fortunate. I've sent it to Mark. He really loves the videos. One of the video clips I actually have on my Facebook page. So what we just have to do is find the time to put all that together. I was asked previously whether I would consider another book on the eagles this year. You know, that's always a question. I'm very much into novelty. I don't like repetition. It's just the way I operate. I always like to do new things. The same way, you know, with the photo contests, I've done it. I've done the thing in Harrison Mills, and that's enough. I don't like to repeat things. So it's just my nature of discovery, and that's why I'm into video now, and it's new. So I don't think there will be a repetition in the same way as we did the White Rock Eagle book in 2012. I'll be trying to find a completely new angle again of presenting something that's really novel. At the moment, it's really video. I've been studying a lot of video equipment and so on. I spend a lot of time actually doing that, trying to get some ideas. See, one of the problems that I have with a large lens is how to actually maneuver it so that you can see eagles in flight. I mean, I wouldn't take an 800mm and follow an eagle in flight. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what you can do with a 200mm lens is certainly follow it in flight, but it has to go smoothly. So I'm looking at some of the the harnesses and equipments that are possible to do that. But I'm very careful at selection, and I do a lot of reading at the moment before I'm going to do such a jump. And I'm going to experiment a lot here with live broadcasting, because I think live broadcasting has a lot of a very big future, especially as the quality continues. You know, one day we'll be able to put all this into a type of Pelican case and to travel to different locations and really broadcast from all kinds of different locations, and that's where the excitement comes in. Yeah, Mark and I have done quite a few things together. We usually meet in the States. I can just drive across the border here. You know, the border is so close, as I explained. So what happens is, actually there was one day where, Mark has signed in now. I can see that. Mark has signed in. That's very nice. So welcome to Mark H77. That's Mark Horner. Very nice. So good to welcome him here at the White Rock Eagle Chat. Mark and I have done a lot of things together. The first time, you know, we met, he actually was the one who contacted me, and we have very similar interests, very similar enthusiasms. We've had our ups and also some of our downs. Well, that's because we're both very passionate. It happens. We had our clashes too, but not too bad clashes. It's part of life, and it makes it interesting. But you know, in the end, we do work together, and that's what's important. You know, you get over it and you get on with it. And We also met Jack Molan, by the way. That would be another person who would be great to interview. Jack Molan, as you know, he's has another incredible photography on eagles, and we can we can interview him too. I'll give him a call and see if he's up to that. I'm sure he is. So there'll be lots of good opportunities coming up. There's some peace now. I don't see very much. They're probably still feeding up there. That's why we can't really see them from here. Maybe I could see them from the other side of the house, but to move all this equipment is not possible in such a short time. As I said, I really know what my equipment of the future will look like now. I've had a lot of experience. I need something that is incredibly portable and robust, and where I can quickly move cameras around. The best would be to have a completely wireless HDMI connection, which does exist too. But I'm going to take it step by step, improve things step by step, because that would give me the ability to just run around with the camera wherever I want to, and just leave the computer at one place. We'll get there. Putting a windsock back on the it's a very primitive speaker system here, so it's not that I'm not aware of it. I think you know that I'm very aware of it. But the problem is I can't turn the webcam really because the sock falls off, so I can't show you different views. And I'm not going to build up my second camera tonight. It's not, in 1 hour or so I have to pack up things again. So it's not really feasible. Yeah, Mark is just commenting on the streaming. Well, actually, Mark, I have to give a lot of credit here to Mark because he spent many days exploring the first encoder that we had, the video encoder. He's put a lot of work into it, trying to find it, and we actually got the thing to work. We got it to work, and it worked fine. The only problem is that it is just if I just look at the performance of this computer, and it's a dedicated computer only for streaming, it's just too much. It's simply too much. So, the video solution is, of course, a very economical solution in the sense, well, it costs $700. You can say, how is that economical in any way? Well, it's the cheapest of the streaming solutions that you can find. It's wonderful because you can just put it directly on the camera. That was all Mark's idea, so I give him a lot of credit for that. And he also found Wirecast and many other possibilities. So he went into a lot of details, contacted a lot of vendors. And then I continued and got that running then on Hancock Wildlife, and that took a long time. We had to have a lot of help from IT personnel and from Wild Earth. Finally got it running, and it was unstable, unfortunately. So then we went to this route here, building a dedicated computer. It's a low-cost computer, of course, at the moment. But we're learning, and it's a lot more stable. And now I do realize again what is needed. What I'd really like is a Pelican case. I know it sounds crazy, with an inbuilt monitor that I can just open somewhere, and has hardly any wires sticking out. So the monitor should be inside the Pelican case. With an integrated webcam, everything, and even a wireless HDMI connection, so that the camera is completely independent. I have enough battery charge. I could quickly change the batteries, and then I can move the camera around, and you'd have a robust system running. And that's really what I'm looking. There's quite a lot. there's quite a lot wings going on there now. So one sec, just excuse me. I'm going to just I just have to take a call.